When Johnny Bravo originally aired on Cartoon Network in the United States in 1997, the character was a representation of the early to mid-1990s within American popular culture. And while the cartoon had developmental issues and concerns throughout its original airing, it's now considered an underrated series slightly ahead of its time, with many aspects of the show not being replicated or copied by any other cartoon from Cartoon Network throughout the mid-1990s to the mid-2000s. But the speculative scenario is this: did Johnny Bravo always skip leg day at the gym? Particularly in the first season of the series, and alternately in the fourth season where Van Podbo headed the development of the cartoon, Johnny Bravo placed importance on how he looked, on how that perception affected the view of himself, and how he interacted with others. From dialogue mentioned by Johnny throughout the entire series, and from responses to others, he spent a great deal of time and effort at the gym or maintaining his appearance, from his hair to his clothes, but mostly his body's shape. From information now known during the formative years in Cartoon Network, the characters would often meet up and cooperate with each other to promote one another's cartoons, and even the channel itself. These meetings were semi-canon to the lore and overall story of Cartoon Network's various intellectual properties of the entire decade, with the 1990s and even to the late 2000s. As a result, Johnny's appearance was also remarked to and by other characters, so according to the original lore, in the quote-unquote golden age of Cartoon Network, Johnny Bravo was considered to be one of the most aesthetically developed men, or one of the most serious gym enthusiasts. However, at the time and since, there have been comments that had speculations for Johnny not doing a full body based exercise or routine at the gym, either occasionally or even at all. From the lore and story of the overall cartoon, even to the crossover promotions with other intellectual properties with Cartoon Network as mentioned, conflicting statements how Johnny either not placed importance on developing his lower body or even doing nothing of the sort at all. Johnny himself said that the lower body muscular development or lower body strength training wasn't as important as the upper body muscular development or upper body strength training, because from his point of view, women weren't necessarily interested in such things. But even his appearance had his legs to be somewhat thin or even short, when in comparison to his upper body, which was highly defined, as there were inconsistent examples of his lower body or legs being slightly underdeveloped or even ill-defined. But his character design didn't necessarily place importance with that particular feature of an artistic depiction when the character was developed or displayed through the series. Johnny's character design was made fun of by women throughout the series as well, due to the perception that his lack of attention to his lower body showed. Due to the prevalence of Johnny Bravo from Cartoon Network throughout the mid-1990s to the mid-2000s, the term Johnny Bravo can sometimes be applied to men who prefer to exercise only their upper body, and as a result have a dimorphic based appearance.